Yes. And I just need to sometimes 6 seconds. Just be
Then you can come in. Come in,
This way.
come in because we are going to shut the door. We are shutting the door, so whoever is coming in can come in. Space there. Space over there. Come in. Sorry. Are we good to go? You can't get No, I'll be here. Fine. Please, we're shutting the door. And once the door is shut, no coming in again. My mic. Turn on my keys. Once the door is shut, no coming in again.
do this because we have another event. Sorry about it.
They have just 2 mics. Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Check what good to go, right?
Nobody
comes in. Before we start, all phones on silent.
Silence, guys.
All phones on silent. And our appreciation silent. So, we're going live in 3, 2, 1. We are live. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to One-on-One with the AAC presidential candidate, Mr. Omoyele Sowore.
Thank you for bringing me.
You're welcome to Benin City.
Thank you.
I don't know if you've been greeted in our dialect. In Benin, these are our greets.
Okay, go ahead.
Obokian.
Ah, which one is that?
You will not say, you will say Wese.
Wese.
Obokian. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, let's get started.
Yes.
You are contesting for the post of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Why should Nigerians vote for you?
Well, Nigerians should vote for me because I have pedigree. I have seen and known Nigeria, worked for Nigeria, been with Nigeria almost my entire adult life, doing what is right by Nigeria. Starting from when I was in university till this moment. When we were in university, Nigeria's challenge was military rule. And then there was an economic policy known as the Structural Adjustment Program that was impoverising people. We fought to end military rule, bring about democracy, that we're enjoying today. And when I finished from the university, I went abroad and started a media platform that was doing the same thing, fighting on the side of right, and also ensuring that people who otherwise have no voice, giving the voice that they deserve in our society. And I've fought pretty much every battle that's confronted this country in my adult life, starting, like I said, from military, fighting corruption, fighting political manipulation, fighting for children, women, fighting environmental fights, all kinds. And I've done better than all of these characters who have ruled this country in these last 20 years in particular, since 1999. To the extent that I feel like I'm even coming too late to the game because we should have started this a long time ago. Okay. I mean, on the political side, on the partisan side, I've also, of course, been doing this forever.
Now, a lot of persons believe that you are trying to change the cause of paradigm shift as far as the political space is concerned. Now, but a lot of the believe that you were among those persons that enthroned this current regime. Because in 2015, they believe that you did a lot of propaganda online with your platform, Sahara Reporter, and that's the reason why the government of President Goodluck Jonathan crumbled. So why do you now want to...
Well, do you want to finish up?
No, you can continue.
Yes. Yeah. There is no government in Nigeria that I have not fought against.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only problem is that history is no longer taught in our schools. So people didn't know that I fought Babangida. They didn't know that I fought Abacha.
Okay.
They didn't know that I fought Obasanjo. I fought Yaradua. So let's start from Yaradua. what was the biggest problem Nigeria was facing under Yar'Adua? Yar'Adua was sick. Jonathan was his vice president, a minority. They formed a cabal led by Yar'Adua's wife that prevented Jonathan from coming to office. Who fought the fight? Of course, Sahara reporter Sowore fought the fight, and Jonathan became president. Do you know who is the biggest enemy of Jonathan? Jonathan himself. He was the one who created the conditions that allowed Buhari to come to power. Not Sahara reporter. I never did propaganda for Buhari. I reported exactly what was wrong with the Jonathan regime with evidence, the corruption that was going on, his ineffectiveness, his ineptitude, his incompetence. Everything that I reported about that regime has become public today. So, even if it was a goat in 2015, they would have won the election against.
Now, let me come in here.
So, but I want to correct the impression because some people say, "Oh, you campaign for Buhari." I asked them, present me with the evidence. They can't.
Okay. Now, a lot of persons, they believe that the rate at which you were against the Goodluck administration,
Yes.
that if you decide to put that same momentum for this administration, Buhari, that they believe that Buhari doesn't have any right at all to want to contest for the office of the presidency.
No.
That you look as if you are more of the support side or pro Buhari.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
The people who are Buhari's followers, they don't share this opinion.
Okay.
Because you can see them online how they attack me on a daily basis. Even some of them who usually are people who would be chill towards me. Because we have attacked the Buhari's regime with the same ferocity we attacked Jonathan. Probably people are not paying attention because people have different kind of biases. So, who was the first person to expose the corruption in Buhari regime? Starting from when Buhari went and started hiring people at the central bank through the back door. Sahara reporters, right? Who was part of people that exposed the secretary to the government? Sahara reporters. Who exposed that Buhari was sick and was going to be in London for 4 months and was exposing how he was parking the jet for $5,000 euros per night? Sahara reporters. Who exposed the fight between him and his wife, in which the wife came out and said that the cabal is holding him? Sahara reporters. Who exposed the cabal when they went and collected money from MTN? You understand? It was Sahara reporters. So every crime committed by the regime was exposed. Who exposed the chief of army staff when he owned houses in Dubai? Sahara reporters. I can keep counting here that we have attacked them with the same ferocity as we attacked Jonathan. But probably people are not paying attention. And if I was so pro-Buhari, will I be out now saying that I want to replace Buhari?
A lot of them online, a lot of the youths, they feel that you are a candidate that is meant to cause a distraction. As far as the political space is concerned.
Look, when we started,
you are meant, especially those in the opposition, the main opposition party now.
Yes, opposition is entitled to say whatever they want. If PDP actually believed that I am representing APC, don't you think they would have brought out the evidence by now? They have good enough people all over the world, in country, outside the country, to dig into the background of anybody. They know that it's not true. They started by saying that, I was working for Tinubu. When I took Tinubu to the cleaner, they ran away from that. So PDP is not sure of itself because PDP doesn't have a pedigree that can win election. They don't have credibility, right? So they are looking for people that can go down with them so that when they lose the election, they are preparing your mind for a loss of election. Say, if Sowore hadn't run, maybe we would have come. The people that are going to vote for us will never vote for PDP. But it is likely that a lot of people who are with
Mr. Sowore, I want to ask this question now. There's a saying that the way to the top is usually from the bottom. You are jumping into politics and you are starting from the top. Do you think
who told you I'm starting from the top? Who told you?
As far as holding political positions, because
No.
not student union.
So the other candidates that you have out there, tell me the one that started as a student union leader before.
So do you think?
Tell me the one that ever done the local government.
I want to ask you, do you think you can garner enough vote to become the president of Nigeria?
If anybody thought he has enough votes, they won't be campaigning at this time. They would have gone home to rest.
Okay.
So you cannot come to that conclusion until the election is over. We're in Benin today. They need to go out. They need to send their reporter to the number of people following us in the rally.
Okay.
And
That's the way it is with every other political party.
It's not. It's not. The other political parties are paying people to go to the
So how are we sure AAC is not paying people to come?
But that's why you are
Because
journalists.
we've asked the PDP, we've asked the APC, they keep telling you that they came out because of
okay, it's not enough to ask.
Okay.
You are a journalist.
Okay.
Do your research.
Okay.
You know, you find out that they pay people, except you want to cover them up. You know, but we don't pay people because you see all these young people that are following us, they are doing so out of passion. Most of the people you saw today are people who were probably, you know, supported by people in the diaspora. We don't pay people. We don't even have the money to. The amount of money we have raised since we started running, right, is not up to what PDP will spend at the rally or APC will spend at the rally.
And that brings me to my next question.
Yes.
There are a lot of persons are saying that, come on, what is alternative with this, especially before the primaries? A lot of young guys in the hiding under not too young to rule, they come up with, I want to contest for this position. They raise money, GoFundMe, online fundraising. At the end of the day, they just pull out of the race. Like you've seen a lot of cases like that.
I can't speak for them. Like, you're asking
Okay,
the question, not people who ran away.
that's why I want to ask you the question now. You see, a lot of persons are raising funds for you.
You keep referring to a lot of persons.
Yeah, because
Don't you have your
I watch your fundraising.
Yes,
I see the way you
transparently every day. Yes, almost regularly.
transparently.
Yes.
Okay. Because you let them know the amount that you raise. Now, are you raising funds as in Sowore raising fund, or is the party that is raising funds?
Look, I have a presidential candidate account.
Okay.
Which is what is done everywhere. There's a party account.
Okay.
The party is supposed to support me, but even at this level, I'm not taking any money from the party. I'm taking money. I started my campaign for presidency before the party was formed.
Wow.
Actually, yes. We started 9 months ago as a movement. In fact, we're looking for a party to join before the opportunity opened up to create our own party. So the party is younger than my own presidential ambition.
So what happened to the coalition?
Which coalition?
That you wanted to form with Kingsley Moghalu?
I never wanted to form a coalition. We already have a coalition of the oppressed. Why would the coalition go and join another coalition?
So don't you think, because it is saying that we are stronger together? Because for you to be able to push out this old brigade, there need to be some form of coalition.
Let me ask you: when people want to run for office, what do? They campaign.
Yes.
Have you seen any of those young people in this place campaigning?
No. Maybe they have visited other states.
So why don't they come to Benin City? No people here.
And they have their timetable.
Okay. So when is the timetable coming here?
Soon before the election. I'm not speaking. I'm not holding.
Exactly. So what I'm telling you is that we are doing what we need to do. You know, to reach out. We've reached 34 states, including Federal Capital Territory. There are 3 more states to go that we haven't reached. We have not reached Ebonyi, Borno, and Yobe.
We'll be letting you off the hook now. But I want to ask
No, I'm not. Look, I'm enjoying it. If I had time, I'll take over this work from you. But we don't have time. What I'm telling you is that there is no point dragging people around attending meetings when you don't leave your house to plan a campaign. When you want to become the president of Nigeria, you go out to Nigerians. You don't stay on the internet or in an air-conditioned room and start calling for meetings for coalitions. No, we already have a coalition of the oppressed. All the young people you are seeing, they are part of a coalition. We call them Zone 7. The abandoned, the unemployed, you know, the sick, the rejected of our society. So that is what you need to do. That's what people do when they want to motivate young people to the position of leadership. We are leading a revolutionary movement. It's not a joke. It's not a Bet Niger group. You understand? We are serious. We are serious here, and seriousness has been seen all over the world. That is why we, apart from doing over 200 events in Nigeria, we've done almost 20 to 30 outside of Nigeria. The diaspora, the local and international, everybody is engaged and involved in what we are doing. So we cannot reduce that seriousness to a conversation around.
Now I'm going to ask this question. You see, there's something we've discovered about all these candidates who want to contest for the post of the presidency. They keep telling you about the problems that we are going through in Nigeria. They tell you about the solution, but how to profile the solution is what is lacking. Now the issue the question I want to ask you now is the issue of power. How do you intend to restore power to Nigeria?
Mix of energy sources, of which solar will bring us 4,500 megawatts. Solar energy. gas. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
We also have biogas, which we will generate from commercial ranches, cow droppings. We also going to have a hydro, expanding at hydro, but we need to dismantle the national grid and start having, mini.
So how do you intend to do that? How are you going to bring the Chinese to come? It's not about the technology now.
It's not a Chinese issue.
Also, it's on strike.
The technology is out there already, cheap technology to generate. They did it in Egypt. 14,000 megawatts for 7.2 billion, 40 million homes. People who are thinking digital is different from the people you are used to over here, the analog brain leaders. We need to move Nigeria forward. You got to trust people who have the exposure and who know how these things work. All our plans are online. In fact, they are stealing our ideas. Don't pretend you don't know that. Yes. So, and we're talking about the established legacy parties. They are speaking our language. Last week, the speaker is saying that they should be paying workers living wage. When we started talking about minimum wage of 100,000, people were making fun of us. It's going to cause inflation. Facebook economist. Now everybody is saying that workers deserve a living wage. That's what we are talking about. So you're talking about ASU strike. Yeah. Let's go there.
ASU strike.
Yes.
Now, the issue now is, what's your plan for the educational system in this country?
You see, the reason why ASU is on strike is because nobody's paying attention to tertiary education anymore, even though we have reached a point where we have intervention funds that are in billions. It's being used as slush funds. What I'll do is to get ASU to be in charge of that fund. So let them nominate the people who are going to manage that fund. Let them manage it and use it to develop the university. If they don't, they put themselves into trouble with the students and parents who are saying, this is what we need. Well, how much to ask that? How much has ASU asked for? ASU has asked for less money than we gave to 350 Nigerians who are owing us over 5.3 trillion naira. And what did Nigeria do? We turned around and created AMCON to buy back their debts. Yeah. But we can't afford to spend that money on universities, which I think ASU is asking for about 1.something trillion naira, to fix our university. We need 1.3 trillion naira to take kids out of school, about 13 million of them. We still have change left if we put our priorities right. That is what is the problem with Nigeria. But our problem is not ASU. Our problem is leadership. Yes.
Now, I'm going to ask you this next question. Yeah. Because I believe that we don't have enough time for questioning now.
Don't.
And we believe that
you're sweating already.
Yes, we see it's hot. So we believe that you're going to come back again to give answers.
I'll be happy.
To give answers to our question. Now, the question I want to ask you now is this. Are you sure if at the end of the day you don't win this election, what is the future like for Omoyele Sowore?
What would you gain if we don't win?
At the end of the day,
yes.
If you don't win this election,
there's no way we can lose this election except there's something wrong with Nigeria.
Vote buying, the issue of vote buying, how are you going to deal with it?
But is everybody willing to sell? That's the question you should ask yourself.
Majority.
How do you know? Where do you get your evidence from?
Not evidence, based on the few elections that we've seen that have been held in recent past.
We've had elections and they bought votes in
started with Edo.
They started maybe with Edo, Ekiti, and Osun states. But this is a national election where a lot of people are not willing to sell their votes. They want a future that's different. And I can tell you that people in Edo are not going to sell their votes. People in Ondo are not selling their votes. I can tell you that I've been to a lot of places where people are not interested, in selling their votes. But that is not to say that we will not or should not be vigilant. We will continue to be vigilant, But those assumptions, a lot of assumptions about policies will be smashed during this election.
Thank you very much.
Write it down.
Omoyele Sowore.
Thank you so much. Thank you
very much.
All right.
Something to clean my face. I wish there is power in this country to power AC.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about. That's why you should vote for another person.
The bags, please. We have a little gift for you guys.
Let's get out of here quickly.
Where's the state chairman? I need to start with the
stage. Give me. Sorry.
This thing came without pocket.
Thank you. 2015.
Wow, that's fantastic. And you know that you and Greg don't alike?
Wow, yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.